What's up? What's good? Matt Clark here at the new Matt Clark. How are each and every one of you doing on this amazing and beautiful Sunday? I'm doing great. My girl's doing great. My family's doing great. I hope each and every one of you are doing great. And I hope you're having an amazing weekend. If you could please hit that like button, subscribe button, and that bell notification button so you get all my videos and lives when they're new. If you could share with somebody on social media, help spread the message, help spread the word, that'd be amazing. And there's a PayPal option if you'd like to donate, help support the channel. The link is in the description of a lot of my videos. Not all, but a lot. So what's up? What's up? What's up? I see you guys got my April Fool's joke, but we're here today, Sunday morning, and let's chop it up, man. You know what we talk about? We speak about prison. We speak about addiction. We speak about life. Whatever you want to talk about, that's what we talk about. So what's up? Don't worry, 905, Diane Rendon. What's up, Hugh? What's up? How you guys doing? Let me turn this shit off again. What's going on with you guys? Playing NHL. Okay. Just in case, what's up? James, happy Sunday to you, brother. You know, I feel like the weather's just been phenomenal the last few days. Of course, there's been rain in there, right? And there's going to be some rain in this week coming up, but the weather's just been phenomenal. It's a little chilly out today, but at least it's beautiful and sunny, you know? Kelvin, what's up? It's much better than snow or even rain when it's cold. I asked you the other day what happens when someone gets thrown in and are addicts. Is anything given to help with withdrawals? So they give you what's called a withdrawal kit, and it's not much help, but it's better than nothing. So what they do is they give you a Motrin, they give you an Imodium, and they give you clonidine. And they'll give it to you for like a couple days. And maybe a Gravol too. But other than that, now if you're on methadone or Suboxone or anything like that from the street and you have proof of prescription, then you'll get that. Wind was crazy. Wind's crazy, yeah, for sure. I was driving at one point yesterday and it felt like my car was like blowing back and forth off the road. Beautiful in SoCal this weekend. We've been getting hammered with the rain. Damn. You guys don't get a ton of rain in California, right? Lloyd, what's up, my brother? Is Lloyd Daly? That's the gummies, right? Isn't it? Not at all. Hasn't rained much in 20 years. Yeah. So that's good for you guys then. Yep. Still on Suboxone, my friend. And I've been getting hammered off the Bud Light. Yeah. I'm not a Bud Light drinker personally, but I was on Suboxone for a brief time. I thought it was nasty. Yeah. For me, though, like, for 20 years, I tried to battle the addiction on my own, without methadone or without Suboxone. And for 20 years, I literally spent 17 something years out of 25, in prison, and for me, I just look at it like since I've been on it, it's the first successful run I've had in my adult life. And I feel like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's hard to imagine you being mean in prison. You seem like a nice guy. I am a nice guy, but I can still turn it on if I have to. I've been on Suboxone for 5 years. Yeah, me, it's been what, 6? Something like that. Hey, Matt, it's been a minute. Approximately how long did you take to adjust to life outside of prison after being released? I would say months, and there's adjusting for years. You don't just adjust all at once. It's a gradual process, especially with as much time as I had. That stuff is like deep in your behaviors, deep in your psyche. So it takes time to realize that life isn't really like that, and to separate yourself from a lot of that stuff. Now, not everything, a lot of institutional values are good. They're not all bad, but some are bad. You know what I mean? Just in case, total 17 is what I did total over my over a 25-year period. Have you heard of tianeptine? It's an antidepressant, but it mimics the opioid feeling. No, I never heard of it. No. I never ever in my life took antidepressants. I never felt the need. I feel like I'm pretty stable mentally when it comes to like depression. When I do get anxiety, it manifests physically, not so much mentally. And I don't know. I feel like, considering what I've been through, the things that I've seen in my life, mentally, I'm fairly stable if you take the addiction stuff out of there. Me, I'm just touch roads out, time served 1 year. Hey, man, free up. Congrats. Not in BC, Calvin. No, I haven't. In the US, it's sold as a supplement, but it mimics the effects. Oh, okay. I'll see what's up. What's up? How are you? Tara White. Soft skull, bubble brain. What province is best? I would say that probably BC. I would say that it's not known for violence. If there is violence, it's going to be in the max. I know that, every medium can have its moments, right? But I'd say BC altogether would probably be the best. Maybe Quebec. And not because Quebec isn't violent, because it is, but it's much more organized, and it's still very like old school there. So they still have a lot of things there that there isn't on the rest of Ontario or Canada. I don't know, some of those things may have been taken by now, but if you're in max in Quebec, you're doing the best max time in the country. Do you have nightmares? I don't have dreams, bro, to be honest. I rarely remember my dreams. If I go back, God's will, I'm smoking. Fuck my poo. What? I don't understand. My buddy got stabbed up the throat in Kent. Yeah, Kent can be bad for sure. I had a couple homies that did time there. It's max, though. Max is bad everywhere, If you grew up in the hood and in the lifestyle, but work normal jobs, pay your taxes, and stay out of crime, does it make you a civilian? Yes. But if you're ever in prison, you're not a civilian. You understand? So if you ever willingly break the law, then you forego your civilian card. I'm actually going to be doing a video in the next day or two about what a lot of people don't think about, the real costs of signing up to that lifestyle, the real expectations of the people that you're going to be hanging around with, So we'll see about that. Worst celly experience. I don't know. I've had lots of bad celly experiences, man. I'd say for me, the worst is snoring. Because sometimes you'll actually like the person, you know what I'm saying? But it'll put you in a circumstance where you have to do something about it, because a lot of guys aren't just going to bounce, right? They're not just going to leave, So it can put you in a circumstance. Like, I'm not living with a snore like that. It's just not happening. I'll go crazy on the pillowcase in you when you're sleeping or something. Like, it gets to the core of my rage. The only thing that gets me as angry as snoring is people that chew like camels, When they eat, oh, yeah, I heard of Martha Stewart for sure. Yeah, Martha Stewart's hilarious. Insider trading, you know, that's what the rich people do, man. It's how they keep getting richer. They know all the secrets that we don't know. That, and once you learn, a lot of the time, you know, I'm not going to get into it, but BC is easy time. I did 2 years less a day in Fraser in the tents. Whole time I was single celled with the TV, full cable, and allowed to leave the grounds every day for work. And that's provincial, right? So just tells you. Here you're in like a super jail that's like locked down to the max. And there are certain places, I guess, in Ontario probably where guys can go out. There used to be a lot, but uh, I think a lot of that's gone. Like when I was in provincial early on, when I was 2002 or two times, I was in Mimico, and guys would leave there and go out into the community and work every day. But that place was just a holding tank for smokers, man. Everybody just bozzled the whole time, you know. So I think they put an axe to that in a lot of Ontario. If you're in the building, go up and hit that like button. It helps me in the algorithm. I appreciate it, and it doesn't cost anything. So, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do that too. It's awesome here. You know, it's a great community, genuine followers that interact with the community. We have lives and videos, and it's just great. Matt, with your experience, wouldn't you make more money public speaking than what you're doing now? Uh, I don't know. I don't make horrible money, you know. I'm sure I could probably do both, you know. I'm just I just don't know how to get in the door, you know. I don't know how. I went to a high school in Aurora, Ontario. You wouldn't know it. Was the time that you did all behind drugs or were out committing other crimes too? So at the end of my career, I would guess you could call it. Yeah, it was basically just to support my habit, you know. But early on, that wasn't the case. I just wanted to be bad. You interested in doing Moraine? I have no idea what that is. Growing up, I grew up in the hood, but everyone around me wanted to do it better. Everyone is happy. I'm doing good, living the way. I'm just wonder what would happen if someone like me went in. You'd be fine, brother. It's not about like being some hardcore dude, you know? There's lots of guys that go in for their first time and they're fine. It's how you are. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Soft skull? No idea. But I definitely I took a construction management course and project management while I was knocked, and I did really well in the course. And I don't know, you know, I'm like pretty open to things, but I have a good job, and I'm not going to just leave my job for any random position because there's the possibility of growth in my job. Yo, I was in the Don at the age of 18, baby nuts. C3 North is that gang unit? I have no idea. I was on 2A backside, which was definitely a gang unit. Hugh G. Thank you for the 20 piece, man. I appreciate you. You're always donating. Thank you very much. What's good, man? What's your most memorable experience in prison, good or bad? Happy Sunday. Most memorable. I would say it would have to be Buddy getting killed on my block, man. I'd say that definitely would be the most memorable bad, you know? It's something like you don't really forget about, you know, seeing somebody laying there dead in front of you. hearing somebody scream for their lives. You don't lose that stuff. I was supposed to be at the prom and I was at the dawn. Has any old jail friends ever tried to hook up with you? Uh, yeah, I've talked to guys for sure, but if you haven't turned your life around 100%, I can't be around it. This is the thing that I've learned is in recovery, if you really want to turn it around, you have to take control of your life and separate yourself from all that. Because you can just be a bystander sometime or just be there, man, and get caught up, when you're hanging up with the wrong people. So I try to stay away from it. Of course, I have buddies that aren't 100% uh, civilian, but I stay away from all of it, you know. Any hear of troublemakers from the Belleville, Trenton area? Yeah, for sure. I'm not going to mention names on my channel, but yeah, for sure. Did you take your current job as part of your conditions or was it something apart? No. Well, of course, you have to be employed, but I got the job because of determination, I guess, and luck. Somebody gave me an opportunity, and it was great. And the opportunity has been amazing. What's the most dangerous prison in Ontario today? I would say either Millhaven or Collins Bay. Millhaven, I know, has a lot of not good guys, I guess, and there's a lot of good guys, but it's dangerous. It's still a max, and even the PC units in the max are dangerous. So I would say one or the other. What's your best advice for a newbie? Like I say all the time, just be yourself. You can't take shit, but you also have to read the room. You have to live to fight another day. So as long as you don't run around like a tough guy telling everybody how tough you are, then it's only your own pride that can get you from that point on, right? So you always be prepared to stand up for yourself, but you also have to be aware if you're going to like walk into getting jumped by 10 guys and lose your life, So you have to be smart with the way you carry yourself like a man, so people aren't going to feel like you're punkable. And if they do happen to test you, stand up for yourself. And if you feel like shit's going to go down for you, I'd say get at it right away. Don't wait for it to come to you, because that can be bad for guys. Have I ever been to other countries? I've been to the US before. That's it. When I was a kid. Alfie, question: is it possible to train for a shank fight? I mean, I guess you could make body armor for yourself. Guys use National Geographic books and stuff like that because they're hard to penetrate with a prison shank, right? Protect your vitals. That's the main thing. Keep it away from your neck. Keep it away from your head. Keep it away from your heart, right? And your lungs. So be prepared, I guess, to take it in your arms, your hands, if you have to. And you got to remember, like, this is a fight for your fucking life, So there's no time to be scared, No, never been stabbed personally. I've seen a lot of it, but personally, no. You're not just going to get shanked. It's not how it works, The reality is, like, there's behavioral expectations, and if you move a certain way, like punking people off, thinking you can take things and not pay for them, touching shit that's not yours, running your mouth to the wrong people, these kind of things, you can control all of that, So if you just treat people with the same respect that you want to be treated with, you're probably going to be all right. But you also can't walk around scared, because It is a very alpha population, and they will smell blood, They will seize the opportunity to get food, to, get commissary, to get phone calls. If you show you're vulnerable, they will definitely take advantage. Shout out to natives. Shout out to you, Shane. Have you ever heard a couple years ago that a defendant was in for arraignment and the judge recognized him as a former middle school classmate and friend? That was international news. It was touching. Yeah, I think I do remember that. And it was like pretty funny. It's like an old man, right? And he let him go, right? I think I saw that. Facts. I did 3 years in CAOCDC and wasn't affiliated with anything, and I made it just fine. Yeah, you can still be a man and ride dolo, and knowing a lot of places being like a solo dude trying to stand up for yourself is difficult, like in Cali, but at the end of the day, you got to be able to stand on your own, man. You can't rely on anybody. In Alberta, the Asian gangs are big. Yeah, for sure. Are Canadian prisons divided by racial groups like the US? And are there a lot of Asians? There's not a lot. In Toronto, you'll definitely have Asians. In the federal system, you definitely have lots of Asians. But I wouldn't say like it's comparable to white guys or black guys or native guys, I'd say it's less for sure. But I'll tell you, most of the time they do good time, bro. No, he spent 10 months in prison, but when he got out, judge greeted him. No, I never saw that. I'll have to check it out. Michael Bingham sounds incredibly helpful and honest. Yeah. The thing is, you can never predict how your time is going to go. It can change like that. You could be good, feet up, kicked up, living the life, smoking every day, and one guy comes in and changes everything. That can happen. What's the most dominant gang in prison? Well, in the prisons that I was in, it was always black dudes. Always. They're much more prepared to fight together, stick together than the white guys. And they just had more numbers than everybody else. Are there American gangs in the Canadian prison system? Not that I saw. There's American dudes, but I'm going to Provincial for the first time, waiting on a pre-sentence report. Wish me luck. Kiki on the beach. Shout out to you. Hopefully you're all right. Shane, I'm Italian and Scottish. A little tiny bit a Lithuanian. To help keep the prison community safe. I don't want to keep them safe. I want to keep them out. And if they happen to go, then they're safe. But ultimately, the goal is for them not to go at all. It's a total waste of life, a total waste of time. And it is what it is. I'd have to think about that, Justin. I couldn't just pick it off the top of my head like that. When are you and your girlfriend going to start a podcast? I don't know. We'll see. Mark Kennedy, East Coast. What's up, my brother? How you doing? Root of Evil. J-Mac, you from that area? You do anytime? I don't understand Root of Evil. What's your worst meals you had, and what's your favorite meal in provincial and federal? I'd say the favorite is always going to be real chicken on the bone. It's going to be a favorite because it's going to be the best thing that you can get. But I also like the Sunday breakfast in provincial. Who's your favorite rappers or groups? Mine is Bone Thugs and Kendrick. I don't know. Mine changes a lot. I like a lot of Southern hip hop. Right now, who am I bumping? I'm bumping Honeycomb. I I like ESTG. I like Finesse. I like um, what else? Al Bial from Jersey. I like that dude. I love a lot of Toronto hip hop, man. I bump a lot of it. A lot of it. But I also like classic hip hop. 1993 to like 2000 for sure. The greatest era of hip hop. Big Pun, classic. Uh, I was listening to a tune the other day, as the Mason Cameron tune, just kind of came out of nowhere. Yeah, I like Moneybag. Moneybag sounds exactly the same as Finesse, though. Dipset for sure. Yeah, I like grunge rock too. I bump a lot of grunge rock, but other than that, it's really hip hop. I never was into the Souls of Mischief, but I know who they are. Definitely Locks. Born 82. 41 this year. Old man. I'm an old man. But yeah, we're getting up there, eh, Calvin? That's one of the reasons why I decided to change my life. I was looking down the barrel of 50. I wasn't feeling it. I've had some buddies go in for years and come out not able to use a cell phone and a few other things. I'm wondering if you have experienced that. Yeah, I literally had to teach myself how to use a cell phone, how to do all this stuff. I still am limited in my videos because I can't edit properly. Like, I pretty much have to edit through my phone, or I have to edit or just do lives. Like, I'm not good at editing unless it's on my phone. What's your thoughts, if any, on 6ix9ine being a rat and acting invincible? Well, he's not invincible. He got smashed the other day, right? I just don't understand why people expected that guy to be anything other than that. Like, you could see it. You could see it. I could tell by looking at that guy that his heart was not there. And that doesn't mean he couldn't have had a successful career. They tried to pump him as this gang member when they didn't even have to do that. They could have just made him like troll celebrities instead of gang members. Like, they could have found a different way for him to do his thing and still be successful and not fumble the bag. You can't stop them from going in, but you can help them from making new guy mistakes. Helps guarantee they get out. That's a fact. 6ix9ine definitely got what he deserved. He got himself in the life. He's a grown man, and he knew the cost of that. But those guys also got what they deserved because they let that guy into their crew. Oh, if anyone from Trenton Belleville did time in Kingston, was asking if he's from that area. Question was towards him, not you. Okay. Oh, for sure. He's definitely a punk. But how you can't see that he's a punk kind of makes you a punk too, in my opinion. You can be a killer and still be a dumbass. You can be a shooter and still be a weirdo. They wanted his money and his fame, but they fumbled it so hard, man. I don't know if all that shit with his baby mom, all that stuff is true, but if they did all that, they're so dumb. This guy should have never been near the streets. There is very few people that are going to keep it solid for like a murder charge or like a 15-year RICO. Very few, man. Your childhood was still during the time when kids still played outside until dark, no internet. Yeah, no, for sure. I was like finding abandoned factories and getting chemicals on myself and falling through ice into rivers and getting fishing lures stuck in my head. That was me. I was Dennis the Menace in the flesh. Yeah, the problem is, Shane, once you cross over, bro, it's hard for them to forget, you know. John Clark, how's it going? Have you ever seen or met any Italian mafia? Oh, for sure. 100%. You know, anytime you go federal, you're going to see those guys, you know. You're going to see killers. You're going to see like famous killers. You're going to see you know, all kinds of crazy shit, to be honest. You ever been to Penetang? If so, how was the experience? Yeah, I was there for 2 weeks. Walk in the park, to be honest, you know. But I was also just there as like a long-term remand, so I was literally only there for a couple weeks, and they sent me and a bunch of guys from the West, so you know it was a much different environment. So at the time, to me, it was peachy. What kind of treatment do cop killers get in prison? They get the red carpet. You know, as long as you're not a weirdo and do stupid shit, you definitely are going to start with a stripe. You know, people will respect that 100%. What is a flaw you definitely hate from someone? Like, what is one thing that'll make me hate a person? For sure. Is that what you mean? They should have put Chris Watts in open population. I hate how they protect these idiots. Yeah, me too. Chris Watts especially. But the problem is it's so faint, it's so popular. Maybe 20 years from now, somebody will somehow find their way into his cell. You know, once it's not as popular into the media, where they, you know, right now it's so visible that they have to do that. You know, but maybe 10 or 15 years from now, you never know, man. You never know. They got Dahmer, you know, so. And then you got a guy like Bernardo in Canada who they won't let out a seg, even though he wants out. He wants out. You know, he's been trying to get out of seg for years and years and go into general population. But they won't let him. You know? Bernardo. Oh, he'd definitely get shanked, but he doesn't care, right? Because he's been in segregation for years and years and years. Apparently, he's massive. All he does is work out, train karate, and all this shit. Apparently, he's a problem. But he'd still get clipped 100%. The notoriety and the clout somebody would get from doing it would be worth it for them. Yeah. Do you know any clean? I was a cleaner in Lindsay. Last time I was there. How much seg time you have done? Like total? In my whole life? I'd say probably anywhere from 8 to 12 months. Somewhere in that range. Do you think young offender time can be as difficult? It's more difficult. What are the chances of getting house arrest days counting as half day or a day towards my time? Yeah, it'll count for sure. As something. I don't know about a full day, but it'll count as something. They'll give you some credit for it. Have you heard as of the singer Selena who was killed? Yeah, I know Selena. And ever since has been in PC, given threats 20 plus years, but she's up for parole in 2025. Do you think she should be let out? Well, I mean, what's the difference between her killing somebody, her killing Selena, or her killing, you know, Shannon, somebody you don't know, right? And if she killed Shannon, she'd get a chance to get out probably, right? At some point. I don't think you killing somebody should be necessarily a death sentence in prison. I think if it's a child, if it's a circumstance where you're literally just victimizing somebody, then I guess the argument can be made. But sometimes people bring a lot of that stuff on themselves, man. Like, and then, you also got to look at stuff like gang murders, right? Like, can they be looked at the same? I know somebody's losing their lives, but they're actively engaging in it, willing participants. So I don't think somebody should necessarily, I think if you kill somebody, you should get another chance, if you kill 30 people, then maybe not. But one person, I mean, people have a breaking point. I know in my mind, somebody could drive me to a place where I could justify that in my mind. So I'm sure if we sit back and think about it as individuals, put yourself in those shoes, there's certain things that could make you do that, Selena fans would probably want to get after her, and that's also their right, Where's that, in Bernardo? Are you talking about Don't Worry? I don't know if someone put that in his cell. He probably put the weapon in his own cell. I don't think he's scared, bro. From what I hear, he ain't scared. In a halfway house with the man who is on range with him. Bernardo is in population in Millhaven right now. He's not in population. He's in a seg range. They've upgraded him to like lockdown seg range, where he probably gets like an hour out with maybe, which is an upgrade from what he was doing for sure. But they can't put him in population. There's no fucking way. Not a fucking chance. If he's with guys, they are like not deemed as threats. If they took Bernardo and put him in Collins Bay max population, he'd be dead. 100%. I know Max B, and I know the roots. I know Max B. I know Jim. I know all those dudes, man. Mano, all the New York rappers. I like Fitty. I don't hate all the new drill from New York. I just don't understand like the demon screaming stuff. I don't get it. When you treated like an animal, you act like one. That is a fact. Depends on how they killed him. Yeah, Max B, he's going to come out. You say prisoners aren't civilians, but it's not all black and white. There are people in there that aren't chronically criminals. Yeah, that is a fact. That's a fact. But there's a lot of guys inside that have the civilian mentality. This is a fact, That's why you have lower security joints, right? For, say, a guy is a first offense and he's on a fraud charge, right? Like, he's not thinking like a criminal other than stealing money, right? Like, he doesn't have the full mindset. That is a fact. But you do definitely cross from civilian to criminal once you break the law willingly. And not everybody in prison is there for breaking the law willingly. I'd never been in the South, but I'd been in the Don. Yeah, but what I'm saying, Michael, is Millhaven isn't the range that he's on in Millhaven. Even if he is on a range, isn't population. It would be super controlled who's on that range with him. You know what I mean? Because majority of Millhaven is PC. Not all of it, but majority of it is. So the population maximum security is Collins Bay. This is a fact. The only reason why there would be population guys in Millhaven would be gang issues. If you don't have gang issues, you would be in Collins Bay. Are there any guys from different provinces or territories in Ontario, like someone from Nunavut? Yeah, there's lots of Nunavut guys in Fembrook. Yeah, 50 does make you want to do that kind of shit. 50. But 50 dope. Old 50's dope, you know? I like rap, you know? I do like some of the harmonic stuff, you know? Like I really like Doovie from Toronto. He's a young guy coming up, and he's gonna bust, man. That kid is talented. Put the politics aside. I have a lot of homeboys from the north side that I know, you know, not that I spend time with or talk to or whatever, but I did time with. But the kid's got talent. Yeah, Pressa got talent too. A lot of those kids have talent, man, or men have talent. A lot of them do. Yeah, Doovie is dope though. I'm not gonna lie. Like I bump his music, you know. You just got to be careful where you bump it. But the BFR guys are dope too, man. A lot of those guys are talented, you know. Jay Neat's talented. Burnabands is talented. Pressa is talented. Richie Stacks is talented. You know, a lot of these guys, they got skills, man. They just get in their own way because of the streets, you know. And that's a lot of these guys are street dudes that rap, not rappers that are in the streets, you know. So it's a much different thing. I like Biz too. I like Bizlo, Dre Bars, uh, I don't know, man. I like a lot of the Toronto music, to be honest. We got robbed and punked as a kid. Then we started robbing people on Bluer as a youngin', then got booked. Yep, that's how it works. And then you go to the school of hard knocks. It hardens you up, and then you're part of the life. You know, that's what TIAC did. Listen, when I went to TIAC the first time, I was soft, man. I'll be the first to admit that. I just hadn't experienced anything. But getting pressed, you know, it forces you. So it proves, are you a man or are you a munch? The 90s, 2000s, boom rap, high level rap was where it's at. I agree, you know, but I do like the new music if it's good, you know. I like drill. What can I say? I like drill. I'm crazy like that, I guess. Anyways, guys, I got to get out of here. Hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. We speak on prison. We speak on addiction. We speak on life. Thank you for sitting down for 45 minutes with me. I appreciate that. It helps me be accountable, man. It really helps me a lot. I'm going to do a video in a day or two just about what you're signing up for, man. I don't think a lot of people understand that. And it's great doing these lives. I love it. I've toughened up during the past years, being robbed a lot. Yeah, you know, that will toughen you up, though. I've seen guys that get smacked, smash, 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 and then one day they just know how to fight, and they're done with it. It happens. Love y'all. The new Matt Clark. Enjoy your weekend. Back to work tomorrow, so you know how that is. Love y'all.